Hey friends, welcome back to Vlogmas, and today I am going to be making a quick and easy treat that anyone can just grab and have a little snack and something that is nutritious and filling. And I don't know about you guys, but my kids are always hungry, and my 3-year-old is constantly asking me for something else to eat. No matter how much I feed him, no matter how many snacks I have on hand, he's always asking for more. And instead of reverting back to, granola bars or fruit snacks, or he'll only eat so many apples or bananas and things like that. So today I'm going to be making some ham and cheese pinwheels, the warm kind, not like the tortillas, but like the kind that you would do like in a croissant, like the Pillsbury croissant dough. But I didn't want to go out and buy the crescent rolls. So I found a recipe that I will link below. And it's basically just like making your own croissant dough, and I'm hoping it's going to turn out great, so let's see how it goes. The recipe starts with melting a 1/4 cup of butter, and then I'm going to be adding 2 1/4 cups of milk, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. And I'm going to bring this to an almost boil, and then I'm going to turn the flame off and take it off the heat and let it reduce to room temperature. So I'm just going to stir it all in there, make sure that sugar's getting in there and not sticking to the bottom. Now that my milk mixture is cooled to room temperature, I'm going to mix in 2 1/4 teaspoons of my active dry yeast and allow it to sit for a minute or so to develop. It's starting to get bubbly, and I had also stirred it one more time, so it's starting to get bubbly again. But now I'm going to add 4 cups of flour, and I'm just going to stir that together, cover it with a dish towel, and let it sit for another hour. After this dough has rested for at least an hour, I'm going to top it with another 1/2 cup of flour. This is not going to be easy for me to mix, but that's okay. A tablespoon of baking powder, half of a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half of a teaspoon of salt. And I will try to mix this all in as gracefully as I can. So I mixed it up as good as I could. I actually went in there with my hand to really mix it all in, since it was, already like a risen dough. And to mix in the baking soda and baking powder and the salt I really wanted to get those ingredients incorporated into the whole dough. So I got in there with my hands, and I'm still not really happy with the amount that is still like left in this pot. But I am going to proceed. I've kind of worked it as much as I can in here. Now it says to put it onto a heavily floured surface and roll it out with a heavily floured rolling pin. But I'm just trying to get all this leftover bits off of the bottom of this pot here. The recipe called for me to roll this out to a 1/2 inch thick in a rectangle shape, which I am no good at, so I just kind of did my best and made a rounded rectangle. And then instead of covering the whole thing in Dijon mustard, I just did a portion of it. I only had a little bit of Dijon mustard left anyway, and I wasn't really sure how my boys were going to react to it. So I was happy with just doing this little portion. And then with the ham, I had really no idea how to best place this, so it was just kind of a trial and error thing. As long as the whole thing was covered, I was good. In the next time that I do this, I think I'll try to put more ham on it just to make it heartier and every bite having ham in it, because the dough did fluff up so much. The ratio of ham to dough wasn't exactly enough for a filling meal, in my opinion. Then you sprinkle the 2 cups of shredded cheddar, which I did not have 2 cups. Um, but you know, I just did whatever I had, and it was plenty of cheese. And then you just roll it up and try to pinch the edges all together. And then I'm going to be slicing these. I was supposed to slice them in 1-inch slices, which I'm pretty sure I did much smaller than that. But again, it's like a trial and error thing. And they turned out really well. I was really happy with how well they all stuck together and the amount that looked like there was in there. After slicing these, you're supposed to cover them up with a dish towel and let them rise for another half an hour. And they did rise, but not as much as they did as they cooked. And you'll see here not much had risen, but then after they were baked, they had puffed up quite a bit. Then it had me melt the rest of the 1/4 cup, but I actually halved that, and I'm glad I did because I had plenty to cover these. And then the recipe didn't call for it, but I wanted to add a little something extra to these. So I sprinkled some garlic on the top of each one of the pinwheels, and I am so glad that I did. It just added a little extra flavoring. So I just tried one of these little pinwheels, and they are so good. I don't know if you caught that at the end that I was adding the garlic powder to the top, and I'm so glad that I did. Making this dough was very different for me, and I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out, but it's a wonderful dough, and I love the addition of the garlic. It's very savory, and I'm happy that I made these. I got, I don't know, about 26 of these. So I have quite a few extra little meals and or snacks, and some of them are mighty large. So I only did half of it, or probably less than half of it, with the Dijon, because I don't think my boys will really enjoy that very much. But so happy I made these. Hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.